Ready? Okay, great. Welcome everybody to QiGong. I am John. My name is John and I am the founder of Infinite Waste Circle. And Infinite Waste Circle is an interdisciplinary martial and spiritual system that integrates mind, body, and spirit into moving breath, body work, and synergy with the world around us. So, and you guys are in a very, very special place. This is our home. This is called Soul River Homestead. We recently purchased this beautiful tract of land, 26 acres with a beautiful river, mountainside, and just so much love. And we're just so grateful that we are able to share it with you. Maya, Cole, we're the stewards of this land, and welcome. And we're so glad that you're here. So today we're going to talk about QiGong. Has anybody ever done QiGong? Okay, a couple of times. Okay. So QiGong, we'll break down Qi and Gong. Qi is usually interpreted or defined as energy, but more closely to the word in Chinese and Mandarin, it's breath. Because energy is just not enough. It's kind of like prana in yoga, which is life force or life energy, but this is our life breath. Gong is work. So what I do more of is not just Qigong, because everything is Qigong. So if I go to the river and play in the river, I'm doing Qigong. If I pick an apple, I'm doing Qigong. If I'm writing a paper, I'm doing Qigong. If I use the bathroom, I'm doing Qigong. Qigong is all the time, always, because you're always moving and working with Qi. But when we're cultivating, the word that we're using is called Dao Yin. So Dao Yin is guiding or leading Qi. So that's what we're going to be doing more of, but Qigong is a technical piece. So if it's guiding and leading Qi. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to learn and do some breath work. Okay, so everybody is going to crisscross applesauce real quick. Okay, so what I'd like you to do, actually I'm going to take get a little earth, get a little bit more connected. So Qi is everything that is around us. It's defined as breath, but the grass is Qi. The air is Qi. Anything that develops or is cultivated in matter, form, energy, that you can see, touch, taste, sometimes you can't even touch it or taste it, it is Qi. So what we're going to be doing is realizing and becoming more aware of the Qi that is around us, but first we're going to become more aware of the Qi that is in our bodies. So literally our breath. So what I would like you to do is get in a comfortable position. We crisscross applesauce. If you'd like to do the V, if you like the knees, you can do that. I'm cool like this, or lotus. But what you want to do, you want to get really comfortable. You want to loosen up a little bit. You want to kind of let your shoulders drop. If you need to rotate your shoulders, go ahead. And then they sink and drop, not hunched over, because that really makes it hard for the breath to flow. So we're going to kind of sit up a little bit straight, drop our shoulders, and we're going to do a baby breath. Baby breath is breathing with our belly, breathing with our diaphragm. If you ever see babies breathe, it's not up here, it's big belly breaths. You can close your eyes if you'd like. And what I want you to do is just breathe. There's not going to be any instruction in this breath except your awareness of the breath, your awareness of the things around you, the movements, the sounds. How does your breath change as you become more aware? Does it slow? Does it hasten? Does it stagnate? When you become more relaxed, is it slower? Is it deeper? Is it fuller? Focus only on your breath. Become aware as you go in and out. Notice your mind. Where does your mind go? Is it thinking about the dishes, tomorrow, the work? And your mind flows to wherever it is. Just let it go. Treat it as a stranger you meet. You say hi, and the thought passes you by. You say bye. Your breath. Your brow. Soften. If your eyes are open, your gaze softens. If your eyes are closed, slowly open your eyes. Light in, so slowly. So, if anyone would like to talk about the experience, which is really simple, we just breathe. That's it. But when you think about intentional breathing, your mind becomes more aware of certain things that you might not be aware of when you're, I got to do the dishes. I got to go to work. I got to cook this thing. I got to get the kids. What am I doing next? I don't know because I'm not thinking about it. I'm not aware of it. Does anyone want to share their experience of the breath? What did you feel? What did you feel?
It was grounding.
It was grounding, like to the earth grounding. Do you feel more relaxed, more centered? Okay.
I can always tell where I'm stuck. You know, like, so when I breathe in, I'm like, oh yeah, the right side of my body is going because the breath doesn't want to go.
So is the path of like least resistance in your breath helps with the flow, but when it's tight, it's hard for the breath to flow. Anybody else?
I felt peace.
Some peace. Peace, I love that word, peace. Peace. What's another word for peace? Starts with a B. Bliss is a good one. I like bliss.
That's very accurate.
Yeah. I'm thinking something that brings on peace when your life is in disarray. One too much over here, less over here. What's that? Balance. So in nature, nature tries to find equilibrium. It's not always in equilibrium. You have one excess here and a deficiency there, and they go to meet each other. Cold front, warm front, storms. But eventually they work up and down, left and right, hot and cold to find balance, to find peace. So that's what we do in QiGong. We wish to find balance in our bodies. So what you were saying, Jess, and you were like trying to get it, like if you're up here, your shoulders are real stiff, I might be breathing with my lungs. I might be really sticking all of that energy up in my shoulders and neck when it should just be dropped and relaxed so it can flow easily. If it's too stiff, it stagnates, it stops the flow. The energy does not move as naturally. And balance is nature, so we want to do it in a natural way. So in natural postures like this, if I do like this, it's not as natural. Okay? I'm sitting like this, it may not be as natural. My breath may get stuck down in my sternum, and I have to kind of force it up. So you don't want to force things. It wants to flow naturally. So what we're going to do, we're going to learn about the give, the take, the left, the right, the up, the down, the hot, the cold, and that's called yin and yang. Does anybody know about yin and yang? Yeah, come on. Come on, yeah. Get in the circle. Does anybody know about yin and yang? Anybody want to tell us what yin and yang is?
So, I mean, I think the symbol to me is like a two-dimensional representation of something that happens in two dimensions, which is, anyway, at least everything as soon as it reaches its complete extreme of what it can be will become its complete opposite.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how nature, as you say, seeks balance, but sort of is basically continually in that flow.
Mm-hmm.
Stay
That's
at
very
any
good.
particular balance point. In fact, in some ways, they're all a balance point in themselves. But
That's very good. That's very good. So a lot of people or systems and spiritual systems believe that there is an unseen world, and what happens in the unseen world manifests in the seen world. So that's kind of speaking to more of the representation, the symbol of yin and yang, where it might be dark and light. If you've ever seen a yin yang symbol, it looks like a fish, kind of, or a teardrop. It starts at a very small point, and then it opens up to this big extreme, its maximum whatever it is, and then it goes into the tail of the other. They call two koi fish chasing each other. Sun and moon, light and darkness, hot and cold, masculine and feminine, up and down, left and right. The opposites, they're always seeking balance. So in the physical world, it's change. It's always moving. But in the unseen world, it just is. And that's a belief system, so I don't want to push any belief system on people, but as far as QiGong goes, or the work that we're going to be doing a lot of yin and yang. You just did a lot of yin and yang movements. When you were breathing, there was the in and the out. There's an in, and there's the yang action in that because it's filling up, it's fullness. Yang is like fire or activity or straightforwardness or light. But then there's also a yin in that because it's receding. Your stomach is opening up to be filled. So there's yin and yang in that. But then when you release, you would think, oh, I'm letting go, because yin is darkness, yin is cold, yin is recessive, yin is feminine. So you're releasing and letting go. But even in that, there's yang in it, in everything. There exists yin and yang. There exists earth and heaven. There exists light and dark. The opposites create life and generate qi. Without it, there is no cultivation of qi, and there is no qi. In the I Ching or Taoist practice of Qigong. So without getting into too much, I want you all to practice it. So we're going to practice yin and yang. So we're going to get up. So it's an exchange of what we're going to do. But first, before we do it, we want to get in a state of receiving. So we want to get in balance with our body, a little bit more relaxed, because you might have that little work or that stress or something in your bones and your skin and your muscles that you got to shake off. So let's shake it off with the right, just like All of it, all that stress is in your right arm, and it just flit it, just get it out of there. And then your left, oh yeah, there's a little bit in there too, so just shake it. But it's in your shoulders, so please get it out of your shoulders, because you can't do anything if you got all that stress in your shoulders. And then weight, oh man, my waist, oh God. Oh, there it is. There it is, right in the hips and the waist. Shaking it out, shaking it out. Oh, I don't know how to hula hoop that well, but this is how you would do it if you hula hoop, right? One way or the other, back and forth, and then you're gonna kick. Kick it out. Kick it out. Kick it out. We're gonna jump. And then we're gonna slowly stop. And we're gonna put our feet parallel. They're not gonna go past our shoulders. This is a particular stance that we're gonna get in. It's a receptive stance. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna bend our knees slightly, because when they're locked, it prevents chi from driving up from the earth to our knees and up to the rest of our body. So first we're gonna grip with the palms of our feet. So the palms of your feet, not with your toes like crinkling, but the palms, as if you were palming with your feet the earth. You feel it. And you're going to bend your knees slightly, not over your toes. Slightly, so it's more relaxed. Then you're going to pull your hips in just a little bit. Not out here, but just in. Not up here. You can kind of feel the difference. It's not very comfortable. But right there, and you just relax. And then we're going to drop our chest so we can breathe. Drop our shoulders. Again, it's not over. It's not up real straight. It's natural. It's relaxed. Our hands are by our side. If your eyes, I would prefer if your eyes would be open. But what it is, it's going to be a gaze that is softened. It's not looking at anything in particular. You're taking your periphery in, and it's just light eye, light eye. Your brow is softened. And then we're going to put our tongues at the roof of our mouth. This connects to meridian systems that we'll talk about at another time to create this flow. And what we're going to do, we're going to breathe. We're going to do 5 cleansing breaths. In through your nose, out through your mouth. And I'm going to make it audible so you can go at my pace, but you should not have to make a sound. It should be very light and very silent, okay? About 3 or 4 counts in, 5 counts out. In through your nose. One more, in through your nose. That cleansing breath is getting out any excess chi that could be stagnant or not working for you, or any toxic energy. And now we're going to do what's called a cultivating breath. So we're going to breathe in through our nose and out through our nose. And in the system, they believe that there are little things in your nasal passages and cilia and all sorts of things that catch chi. So we've cleansed the chi that we don't want in our body. Now we want to keep and cultivate chi through in and exhalation. So we're going to relax. And as you breathe in, I want you to feel it come into your belly. And then as you breathe out, I want to feel this drop, this sinking, this relaxing. Each breath in the count of 5. Okay, let's begin. Breathe in. Tongue is still at the roof of your mouth. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring your feet together. You're going to put the backs of your hands together in front of your head. You're going to hitch your legs, bend down, breathe in. Breathe out. And shake it out a little bit. Shake out your legs a little bit. Usually we won't do the cleansing breath until we've done some activity. It's a reset. It's just getting us back, but some people aren't as used to standing in a stance like this, and sometimes it's stiff. And when you do an activity that you're not used to doing, it can stagnate the flow of chi, the flow of energy, the flow of blood, lymph, oxygen to the rest of the body. So we want to kind of shake it out after each movement. But usually we would go into something else right after unless we did something strenuous, which this might be a little bit strenuous depending on how your activities go daily. But we're going to do something called Do-jan. Everybody say Do-jan. It's like you're saying Do-jan. So Do-jan. It is called vibrating or shaking palm. And what we're going to do, we're going to get in this receptive stance. Because right now we've kind of gotten a lot of these kinks out, a lot of the stress, a lot of the stagnant chi. We've gotten really relaxed. So we're going to get back in this stance, the receptive stance, and we're going to move the chi in the body. We're going to guide it. It's already there. We're not creating chi. Chi already exists. We can't create, which we are, so we interact with it. But it is us, so we're going to try to move it a bit. Just like you did with your breath. Okay, so as a reminder, palms of your feet are grasping the ground. There, you can feel it. Your knees are slightly bent, not extending over the toes. Your hips come forward, not too far, not too back, just kind of settled. Your shoulders are relaxed, your breath is dropped. Your eyes are softened, and the tongue is at the roof of your mouth. Okay. So with your softened gaze, you guys can watch. I'm going to do 2 sets of what we're about to do. So I'm going to extend my right hand. And what this is, it's called, you don't need to know it, but we're holding Chinjan. And what it is, we're bending our wrist. Just bending our wrist, and the elbow is bent. And then the other hand, the left hand, is up here in its chamber. What I'm going to do in this very relaxed state, I'm just going to switch. This is sun and moon rotation. Here, see, they change. It's what QiGong and Bagua, which we're doing right now, but I'll tell you about it later, is change. So again, in, as one comes in, the other goes out. It's not hard. It's just very relaxed. And one comes in, the other goes out. That's yin and yang. The yang is that forward, but it drives, it cannot work without the yin because this is pulling and making the yang go forward. So the yin is the recessive to give room for the rise of the yang. The active is made by the passive, and vice versa. The passive is only there because of the exhaustion of the active. So they must work together. So we're going to do this together. This Do-jan, vibrating palm. Right hand is forward, and breathe with each exchange. You ready? Relax your shoulders. Breathe in, change. Breathe out. Breathe in, change. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. In. Out. Now we're going to go to a 45-degree angle. You watch me first. Just so this would be forward. This is 90. So about right in the middle. And it's the same thing. It's just at an angle. So let's do it. 1. Breathe in. Other side. You should feel the twist in your spine. Again, other side. Sun and moon, they change together. The breath, they cross paths at the same time and they end together. In. Out. Last one. Left. One more. Hands together, feet together. Reach your legs. Breathe in. Out. Shake out. Kick it out. If you're feeling stiff, when you do it the next time, bring awareness to that area. Not in like, oh, relax, relax. But just be aware. Making sure that like, well, I know where I need more work. I know where I need to relax, but it's not forceful. It's just over time. So if we did this at a regular, we would be doing a lot of the dojon, but we're doing like what is it? Not a survey. It's an overview. So we're doing an overview of QiGong today. So that was dojon. And we also learned Chinjon, which is great. Lots of Johns. So one more John. And this is Fan John. So it's like Fan, John. Okay. So this one is going to require our feet together. But we're still in that receptive stance, a posture, that our knees are slightly bent. Our hips are coming forward. Our shoulders are dropped. And what you're going to do, you're going to watch me. And then we're going to do it together. We're going to open up, breathing in. Breathe out as I raise. Open up, breathe in, close. Breathe out, and then we're going to come to this position. Left is down, right is up. It doesn't need to be perfect, but what I do want you to concentrate on is being relaxed. If you're like this and you got it perfectly, it's not going to matter because you're not going to allow the chi to flow in a balanced manner. Okay, so we're going to do it together. Open. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Big ball. Breathe out. Right over left. Left is under the right elbow. Very good. Relax your shoulders. Drop your shoulders if you can. Very good. And breathe. Don't stop breathing. A lot of people, when they do things, like holding stances or doing activities, they will not breathe at all and won't notice. It's like, why am I so tired? Because your breath must flow in and out. And as you exhale, let your shoulders drop. Let the parts that are stiff relax and sink. What we're going to do, we're going to change. Fanjong is called changing hand. Everything about QiGong and Bagua, which I'll talk about in a little bit, is about change. So what we're going to do, we're going to open our palms to the sky, and we're going to cross our left under our right, and we're going to switch places. Left is now forward, right is under left elbow. And now we're going to do it at my pace with no instruction. But remember to breathe. Change. 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 Now we're going to cross and we're going to go 45 degrees. So change. We're going to be looking to our right, slightly to our right. Your left is under your right elbow. You can feel a twist in your spine. That twist is generating and cultivating the chi that you'll be using for later. And the breath, you're storing it. So what we're going to do, we're going to open, same thing, palms toward the sky, change toward your left, 45 degrees. And end on the exhalation, that last breath out. Twisting. Change. See it cross the center. Change. Breathe in. One more set. We're always going to end on our left. Change. Hands together in the center, feet together. Finish. Breathe in. Breathe out. Shake it out. So, we just cultivated chi. We gathered it. How do we gather it? Your hands. When you do this, you're creating tension with intention. Your focus and the movement, it's actually creating like kind of like a stretch of the wrist and a bend of the wrist, but that drives your attention and intention to that area, which also drives blood, chi, and lymph. When you do that and you squeeze your palms, I want you to look down. You're going to, like you're palming a balloon, you're going to use your pinky, your ring, and your thumb. You're going to slightly hold a balloon, kind of like you were doing for a child. You're like, oh, magic, you know, like, oh. You want to do it like this, just a little bit. And I want you to notice discoloration and change in the center of your palm. That cup, that bowl that you create, is driving blood to the center of your palm. Blood is chi. Lymph is chi. You're holding it. That's how you're cultivating it. It's already there. It's up and down your arm and in your fingers, but now kind of driving it with your intention to that area. And it does it a whole lot more when I bend my wrist. So what this turns into with our dojan is a strike. And there's double palm dojang. What I'm doing is called a staccato. It's like a pulsating breath. I'm using the chi that I've stored and then real quick, instead of a long exhalation, I'm doing a strike. It's out, it's pushing it out very fast. Okay? Same thing with Fanjang. When I'm holding it, I'm holding chi right here. So when I switch down, I'm sinking my breath. The chi is now held here. My wrists are bent. I'm holding in Qinjan. My intention drives chi to the area. And when I switch, I'm actually moving my body, my waist, my spine, and that twist, the twist of your ligaments and joints and muscles, it's actually creating energy, or excuse me, cultivating energy without tearing or ripping muscles. It can densen them. When our feet are flat on the ground and grasping, and our muscles are kind of aligned in that way, when we twist, I want you to feel that. Put your feet together. And I want you to just bend your knees and turn all the way left. Can feel it. Your thighs. And then on the other side, you can feel it in your calves. Try on the other side. Now, if you were really to twist, like twisting, like looking behind you, you can really feel it in your spine and in your legs. And what that does, instead of like muscle, instead of like a hard workout where we're doing like tons of squats or leg lifts or different things like that, it's slowly densening the muscles by twisting. It's that twist. It's creating what's called Piezoelectric Flow, and the energy is then drawn up, and then when we breathe, we cultivate it and we store it in our bodies for use later. So when you exercise, you run, and you feel good, you have a great morning or a great day, or you're doing a little bit. When you do it to exhaustion, you have no energy. So we do it enough that we can cultivate it and get our blood and body moving to cultivate more chi, but not to exhaustion. That's why we reset. And we bring it back. So you guys just cultivated chi. Good job. First try. Okay, so what we're going to do now, what we're going to do now is we're going to do a little Bagua. Does anybody know what Bagua is? Delicious dessert. It's delicious. It's delicious on your legs when we get circle walking. It's going to eat them up. But Bagua is 8 trigram palm. So all you need to remember is 8. Okay? In the I Ching, it's the symbol, and it's also a book, but the I Ching is basically change. So through yin and yang, they create. So you've got 1, 2, and then together it makes 3. So they have 3 lines, either broken, which is yin, or full, which is yang, and it's called a trigram. So the combination of all those, like yin, yin, yang, yang, yin, 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 yang, 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 like all those combinations create life as we know it. That's the belief in Taoism, that all the different combinations of opposite to opposite, creating together in a different way, create all forms of life. Besides that, and what you need to know for Bagua is that Bagua is, it's a martial art system that is focused on Taoism, or birthed from Taoism, so that when we either move our bodies, we're doing it in alignment with Qi, Yin Yang, or the Tao. The creation story is the Tao exists, all things, then Yin Yang, separates, opposites, created Qi, and Qi created the 10,000 things. Everybody do this. Okay, stop. It's warm. Just created Qi, and it goes on to the 10,000 things. So Bagua, there's QiGong and Bagua, but QiGong is not Bagua. So Bagua is a system I've learned for a number of years. I guess it's been 8 now. And we're going to do some Bagua rather than talk about it. We're going to feel Bagua. Okay, so 8. We have 8 animals, 8 movements. Everything is 8. 8 breaths, 8 everything because of the trigrams. So what we're going to do, you've done a little bit of Bagua in the QiGong movements. We're going to stand out a bit wider for this stance. What we're going to do is we're going to bend our knees slightly. This is an internal martial art, so it's for fighting, but it's also for healing. We're using the cultivation of qi to heal our bodies and to heal others. There are people that can lay hands on people, touch, move qi in other people's bodies, like Reiki or other practices. This is called scooping the basin. What we're going to do is we're going to hold like this, I guess like a big bag kind of, but it's light because I couldn't hold, like if I had a big heavy bag it'd be like this. But really you might end up doing this when we're finished. But you're going to just relax, okay? And what I want you to do is bring to your chest, push out, and there's this big basin of water. This is the cup. So we're going down into the basin. Lifting the water up. And we're doing it again. We're pushing out, creating the cup. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. The count should be you're breathing in and then lifting up and out. But if you can't do that, it might be 4 counts. It might be breathe in, out, in, out. It just depends on your lung and your diaphragm, if it can expand. But we're going to do that one more time. Down. Okay. So that's 1. Shake it out a little bit. Now we're going to do what's called scooping moon. So everything that we do is yin and yang exchange. When we do the basin, the slower you do it, the more intentional your breath, the benefit. You'll have greater lung capacity, you're getting in more qi, you're storing it in, you're testing your limits. People will, and they'll like expel that last breath to make room for more qi. Like, okay. So what we're going to do now is scooping moon. So you saw the yin-yang exchange there, the down, the receding, and then the up, the yang, but it's complicated because you think one thing's yang and the other thing's only yin, but even in one, everything has yin and yang, has both the opposite. So you can't have yin without the yang and vice versa. So what we're going to do, we're going to scoop the moon from the lake. And how we're going to do, you imagine maybe a swallow seeing some insect by the water, or, which is basically what the practice is scooping the moon. So you have the reflection of the moon in the water, and you want to pick it up. And when you pick it up, you show the moon its reflection in the palm of your hand, holding it, seeing the moon yourself. And all that water is run down, so you're going again to pick it up. And you're twisting. And you're twisting. Going all the way up flat. Water's running down your fingers, but you see the moon in the deep, deep sky. You twist to catch another glimpse of its reflection in the water. Scoop the moon, breathe out as you come up all the way, turn, breathe in and scoop the moon. When you turn, your palm is facing up toward the sky because you're still holding that chi. Even when you scoop, your hand is in Chinjan with your pinky ring and thumb holding. Now, we're going to switch left, or whichever, if you were opposite, because I didn't say. You're going up, scooping the moon. Twist. As much as your spine can take comfortably. You don't want to push past your comfort the first time because it's going to deter you to do these movements again. But you do want to find your limit by twisting. Comfortable stretch. You're opening up locked areas, stagnated chi, so that there can be more balance in how it flows through your body and how you interact and balance with the rest of the world. Scoop the moon. I think of the swallow, if you think of how wonderful those birds move, wonderfully and gracefully. That's how your hand is scooping. Hands together, feet together. Finish. Shake it out in your neck a little bit. Get stiff. You're gonna roll around. Okay. So we've scooped the moon. We've gotten water from the basin. We've shaken our hands, our palms. We've also changed palms. So now what we're going to do is a double palm. And the reason we didn't do the double palm before, because it has another element. It's what's called dragon back. And so you imagine that your spine is a serpent or a dragon. And it whips and it coils. And it's not done like, if you ever see a snake is pushing, contracting, expanding, contracting, expanding to go across or up a tree. That's what we're doing with our spine. So you're going to get in this receptive posture. Feet shoulder width apart, knees bent, hips pulled out, shoulders drop. Relax. What we're going to do, we're going to lead with our pelvis forward like this. And it's going to feel kind of odd. I told you not to do this before. Okay? Then you're going to bring it back. Now, what is going to happen as a effect is that the top of your body is going to kind of follow where the other has left. So if we're just focusing on our pelvis. So if you watch me, I'm not going to move anything up here past my stomach. So just here, and just, oh, this happened to move back. Then when I push my pelvis back, this happens to move forward. So if we keep it at the same level, if you see it from the side,
So just not like.
yeah, so you're not going like, whoa, and then like, I'm gonna push forward. It's because of the yin and yang exchange that this going forward automatically pushes you back. Because if you were right here, I can't push it forward and come forward. So pushing it forward makes it come back. But what is not in balance, if my head does this, and I'm gonna fall back. Same thing, if I go forward and I drop, I fall forward. So we're gonna do that very lightly with our hips. Push our pelvis forward and then back. Forward and then back. I want you to visualize the snake. If you don't get it, it's fine. It's no try, just do. Just do.
Okay, that's enough for me.
Yeah. So what's going to happen here when you're whipping your spine? It's drawing energy from your sacrum and really from the earth, because the spine's aligned, should be aligned with the earth. So it's pulling up and it's whipping up. So it's bringing it up without just my intention of just saying, okay, move up my spine, please. You can do that. You can draw your eyes and your mind and your breath to a certain area and move chi. But this is helping it along. It's making it whip up the spine and out. So what happens is, and this is the fast version, we're going to do it slower, is the double palm. So it's not a, there's no power there. There's no power. Some power, but not as much as this. So when I first start, it's like, bam. When I get better, it's like, bam. The masters, they've whipped their spine the same way, but it moves so quickly. Okay? So that's what we're going to do, except we're going to do it exaggerated, like this. Okay? Ready? So open your palms up to the sky, draw back, pelvis forward, push, pelvis back, or butt back. Open to the sky, pull, forward. Yin-yang exchange, receding back, pulling forward, pushing back, my butt, and pushing forward with my hands. Again. Oh yeah. Breathe. In. One more. Feet together. Finish. So Bagua is a martial art. Martial means killing, fighting, but it's also a healing art. So what we do, all of it, can be transmuted, turned into an exercise for better health. It can either be like, okay, cardio, aerobic, fast, or chi. My breath is slow, monitoring. Oh man, I didn't know my leg did that. I'm twisting. Oh, wait, where's my intention? Ah, the palms of my hands. Twist, expel. Or it can be done as a regular exercise to get it good, which we've kind of been doing. But there is a purpose, there's an intention. So we use our mind, we use to help us flow with the chi, and our breath guides the chi. Or our breath is the chi, but it guides everything else. So what we're going to do is what Bagua is very famous for, you know, the Tai Chi symbol, and the two koi chasing each other, is the circle. Circles everywhere. You find in sacred geometry and cell, everything, like structure of every living, existing thing can be based on the center and the circle. So what we want to do, we want to manifest circularity. So walking the circle, or moving in a circular manner, or spiraling, we're kind of reflecting what's in the unseen world, what the source or original nature, whatever you want to call it, how it created life. If you believe that, that's fine, but for what we're doing, all you need to do is feel it. You need to feel it. So this is how the circle, we're already in a circle. So we're going to walk the circle, but I'm going to get in between you guys, and I'm going to walk the circle so you can see. So we're going to do this together, but I'm going to go kind of inside of you, and you're going to go a couple of rotations, and then we're going to do it together. Sound good? Okay. So I've picked the center, and that is going to be my circle. That is going to be the center of my circle. Now, we're going to do, we open like we did before. We're going to do this. Don't worry, this isn't going to be on the test. Here, open. And then with my hands, I'm walking the circle. My eyes are softened. I'm not stagnant in my movement. I'm relaxed. Holding Chinjan, and I'm walking the circle. Now what we're going to do is just this, to start. Looking at the center of the circle. Some people are like, oh, circle walking's so hard, because when your knees are bent, you're thinking you have to do this. But it's this. Circle, just bend a little bit. Looking at the center, my body's twisted a little bit, and I'm walking. That's step one. Step two, I'm gonna bend our knees. If you feel like this, and you go back. Loosen up. Should be like this. Then we're going to hold our hands. If it's like this, then go back to step two. If you're like, man, I can't do this, go back to step one. Shake it off, walk the circle. Sound good? Step one only. Let's come in just a little bit more. So now, let's fill in that space there. Actually, not that much. Back up just a little bit more. But fill in that space over there so that you're about the same distance, equidistance from everybody. So take, no, this is good. Okay, good. All right. We're going to practice the opening to get us ready to receive the chi that we're going to cultivate as we move in the circle. Bagua, the 8 trigram palm, the 8 steps, the 8 animals. We do a lot of our fighting and a lot of our body movement walking circle. And I'll show you using the trees a little bit later. And if anybody's so bold, they can come and play with me. So, feet together, knees bent slightly, hips, shoulders, tongue, eyes, relax. Open, breathe in, raise, open, breathe out, right over left, left under right elbow, holding that chin John, knees are bent, so are your wrists. What we're going to do is, so the best way I can describe it is take your right foot, put it out. Doesn't have to be perfect, just put it out, okay? It's going to be kind of like an L shape. And then your right hand comes out. So back to center here, right foot, right hand. Yep, very good. Okay, now we're going to pivot the right foot. Watch me. Again. Okay, ready? So you're looking on the outside of the circle. So let's go back. It's okay. This is the only technical part of our training. Okay, so breathe in, raise, open, breathe in, breathe out. Right foot out, right hand out. Use the right foot as the pivot. So this stays still, the left comes beside the right, and you look on the outside of the circle. Very good. Now look toward the center of the circle. Your left shoulder, on your left shoulder. Yep. Now, we're going to go in here. Yep, just like Fanjan. Open. Left hand is forward. And then we walk. Okay, go back. We're not going to be doing that. We're going to start, and then we're going to drop our hands and we're going to walk. But as long as you get the movement and why we're doing it is important, because when we really circle walk, if you continue practice with QiGong or Bagua, you're going to start to feel how each movement is helping you become more balanced, but also stronger in areas that you're a little bit deficient. Okay? And a lot of people have problems with relaxation. Like, a lot of people can be very strong and throw a punch, but how powerful is your punch if it's locked up in your stiffness or your idea of what strength is? Right hand, right foot. Right foot pivot, left meets right. Turn over your left shoulder. Turn in. Come in. Hold your hands in that posture and walk. Put your hands down. Stand straight up. Look at your center of the circle. Do this at the beginning, because some people get locked in and it's not very good for chi flow, because you're staring. But once you kind of have an idea of the center of the circle, look at the person directly across from you. Now, as you see them, say hi. Now look past them. They're not even there. Sorry, Ryan. You're gone. You're still turned. Top part of your body is turned. But your hips still forward. You're crossing one step after the other. You're not staring at the person, but your eyes and your gaze soften, that you see everything around them, actually everything around you. But that's the direction your head is. When you walk, some things you want to think about. Heel to toe. Heel to toe. And feel it. Feel the earth. Shoulders are dropped. Did you forget to breathe? Don't breathe. Okay. Want to try bending your knees? Heel toe. Heel to toe. Should be just as smooth. If it's stagnant, if it moves like a robot, go back to standing up. See how easy that was. When you're walking, not a care in the world. Now bend your knees. Same thing. Remember, you're looking toward the center or across from you. If you look at your feet, you might trip on them. Breathe. Look at this little circle we're making. See the ground? Some of it's out of place, but now if you can bend a little bit more, go ahead. If you have bad knees, as deep as you are comfortable. When you feel your limit, do not exceed it. We're finding our max. Well, not really our max, but not exceeding our comfort. Where's the deer poop? Don't step on the deer poop. If your shoulders are a bit stiff because you're concentrating on walking, but you're up here, shake them out. Arms, shake them out. Yes, we will. Good, good call. And stop. Turn. Walk. Bend your knees. Looking toward the center of the circle. Across from you. Yeah? We're learning our deficits. If you can, twist the upper part of your body and your torso to face more toward the center. You feel that in your spine? That twist? That's that piezoelectric flow we were talking about. It's densening the muscles, tendons, and ligaments without breaking them or tearing them. Come join. If you can, bend your knees. Heel toe. You feel the twist? You're not hunched over. You're not up like this. You're in that same receptive posture. Just change our legs a little bit. Now we're going to switch. 1, 2, 3, switch. I'm going to try with hands. I take that as a yes, a raging yes, I'm ready. Let's do it. Okay? Right hand forward, left hand back, open, Fanjan, and step. That way. So we're going back the opposite direction. Do it standing straight up. Try it standing straight up at first. You get the twist, so your body can't do this if you're looking forward. So you got to twist your body so your hands can be toward the center. Avoid the many obstacles life offers you. Between your pointer and your thumb, this is called the gun sight, excuse me. You can see, kind of direct your vision between there where your hands are, but you're not staring at it. Soften gaze, relax. You're seeing everything around you, but that's where your hands are positioned. You can feel the twist. Love this. Want to bend your knees? Heard of goat yoga?
Yes.
This is baby qigong.
Yes, it is.
Avoid the babies. Keep your chi flowing. Today it's one baby. We'll get 7 next time. A couple more. All right. So when we get back to where we started, we're going to stop and we're going to change. 1, 2, 3. One under the other to the center and change. Walk. If you need to stand up straight, you can. Okay? Bend your knees. Palms toward the center. Eyes are looking past your palm. If you can bend your knees a little bit more, go ahead and do that. One more rotation. Remember, relax your shoulders. Be soft. And there's stop in 1, 2, 3. Hands together. At your legs. Finish. Breathe in. Breathe out. Don't shake yet. Hold the chi in your palms. Soften your gaze. Let everything sink as you breathe. You don't want to shake this chi out. Hold it. You've earned it. You cultivated it. Breathe. Shoulders relaxed. Each exhale, you sink a bit more. Your intention, your mind drops. Your lower abdomen. You're relaxed. You're connected. Circularity. Okay, shake it out just a little. In your legs mostly. Still got that chi in your palms. If you see it, you have all this discoloration. If you were holding your chi, it's just blood, blotches of blood, but that means if blood is moving and chi is moving. So, we're going to do right on time. Wow. That's perfect. So, what I'm going to do really quickly is demonstrate the animals so you get a sense of what you'd like to possibly participate in if you keep coming back. This was the survey, the overview, the drop-in QiGong. But this is a beautiful, beautiful, just God's land right here. And I'd love for you guys to join us if maybe in a couple of weeks, if we get all our arrangements and timing and schedules, once a week to come out, breathe, connect with nature, see the deer, play with the baby, dodge the babies, hey baby, and cultivate chi.
We need more babies if
Yeah, I've got a few. We'll bring them out. Got 2. But, so, in Bagua, it's for fighting, healing, health, right? So, circle will look like this. And we do a lot of different things on the circle. Big circle turns into small circle. So, you're here. We hold our animals. Lion, which is also a martial movement. Somebody's head or arm. Switch. Where's the poop? Okay, all right. Lion. Giraffe. This is a break or movement in your body, which is a twist. Snake. Swallow. Bear. Phoenix. Double dragon. My favorite, monkey offering fruit. Think about walking 8 times each direction. 8 rotations like this. Finish. When we're in the circle, it's so that I can turn in a circle. But I'm also turning around a person in a circle. So, we're going to learn how to do that if you come back. And I'd love for you guys to come back. So, if you're interested, talk about it a little bit after. See what days, if this is a cool day, cool time. Usually the mornings are a lot better for cultivating qi. Photosynthesis takes place when the sun rises, the plants start opening up, absorbing light. We're the same way, fresh, crisp oxygen. Exactly. Did he? So. Any questions before we end?
Can I shake my arms?
Shake them. You were holding them there the whole time? Dang.
No, when you said not to.
As John says. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to bow out in gratitude, recognition of each other, and thanking for this art. Thank me, but really thanking the people who created it before me, before them, before them. So how we do that is put our left palm flat. Our right fist is under our left palm. We bow to each other. Then what we're going to do, we're going to pick a spot. Just bow this way. Left, right fist. We're going to do the Bagua motto. You repeat after me. Wisdom, benevolence, sincerity, bravery. Thank you. Thank you. All right. You want to go around again? All right, everybody, round again.